both fit here.
I mean,
you need to scoot over.
You need to get out of my way.
Shut up. Hello, my lovely friends. It's Margaret, and it's time for some chaos.
Haphazard ideas put together haphazardly. That's pretty fun.
Yes.
You want to explain what the challenge is, or do you want me to?
I'm going. Do you want? What do you think the challenge is?
I don't know. Something books, guest titled, and then chaos as we try and figure out who goes when.
All right. So I have a pile of books, and he has a pile of books, and we're doing two separate things in this video. He's going to be giving me books and seeing. These are from my physical TBR. He's going to be giving them to me and seeing if I remember the plots of these. I'm going to be giving him books, and based on the cover, he is going to see. He's going to try and guess what the plot is.
Oh, so you already have read and kind of should know what the plots of these things are.
In theory, I know. So I'm guessing the plot of books. Well, we're both guessing the plot of books, but basically, all right.
Okay, I see. So you basically have more advantage than I do.
Do you want to go first, or do I want to go first? I'll let you choose since I'm torturing you.
No, let's go ahead and have you first so that I can go second and just kind of like wander around this wonderful creative idea of each title.
Okay, go ahead. What's the first book you want me to guess?
Or do you want to alternate?
Well, we're going to alternate.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, it's boring because it's just me guessing things.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely. I just want to hear about the title, like what this is.
Dragon, right. All right, you can read the back. There are dragons. And there are people who ride the dragons. Scoot over a little, like half of your... Hold on. Because it's by Cornelia Funke. And she always has really weird, like, exploratory plots. I know it's middle grade, so whoever it is like 12. But that's as much as I know. They're 12, it's middle grade, and there are dragons involved.
Do you want me to give you a hint? At least as far as, not about what, obviously not, I don't know the book, but not about what it's about, but instead what the book tells me it's about. Let's go with word soup.
What?
Just think fantasy word soup.
Are they trying to take down an evil power?
Perfect. And then just a little bit more color.
They're trying to take down an evil power, and they join a group of people who were involved with the dragons.
Close. What are those people gonna be?
Okay, dude, we don't have time for this because I have a live show, so.
Fire Drake, Ben, and their furry friend Sorrel.
Oh, summarize.
Yeah. Basically, they're in a place. Oh, they're in a place to live in peace forever. They're going to embark on magical land, fighting one ruthless villain, and along the way, they're going to discover odd places and allies in strange areas.
So, how would you say I did?
Like
grading me on a letter grade.
I'd put that at a solid A-. You didn't get the exact words that I was kind of hoping for. But really, you have to kind of grade this on context of like this. I was kind of hinting. This is just kind of fantasy word soup, like thrown together. Oh, a villain and odd places. Let's have them do that.
Okay. I'm gonna have you guess Sanctuary by Karen Licks. I have read all the books I'm giving him.
Okay, I'm gonna look at this, and it is time.
No, don't read that, you dork!
Oh, okay. I have to look. You didn't say just the front cover. You said cover, and I would like to point out. This is all cover.
You dropped my book on the ground.
I know. Let me put it back.
Here. Keep it. We don't have time for this. Keep it.
So.
What vibes are you getting? What do you think it's about? Can you guess what the genre is?
I'm going to go with dystopia sci-fi. I'm gonna put it. Let's
show them the cover.
Let's see. We've got this wonderful bit. So.
You can really look at it.
This is like spacefaring humanity caught on a planet with I'm gonna go with space werewolves, judging from the 3 claws. It's always werewolves. Let's see. There's stars, so it's definitely sci-fi bits. Let's see. So maybe this is Battlestar Galactica, but space werewolves are chasing you instead of robots. That's my hot take. Right?
Okay.
Seems
You're
perfect.
getting an A+ for creativity. So this is about a group of superpowered teens, and the main character she's the daughter of the people who run a prison that is orbiting the Earth.
Okay.
So there are not space werewolves, but there are sort of were-lizards.
Is there so
in a way?
Is that like what?
They're alien lizards that are trying to come and take over the planet.
Okay.
In part of this, and also there are superheroes in this.
Okay. It's always hard to tell whether you're off Earth or on Earth.
I know.
With the prison theme, but yeah. Next up, we have
Oasis by Katya de Bercara, I think is what it is. All right, you can read the inside.
I'm gonna read this.
Okay, so it's about a group of people. There is an archaeological dig involved, and some magic.
What's the thing that like causes things to go terrible?
I don't remember.
Come on, you're on like a solid C,
Like,
I guess. Like you might be able to pass, but come on.
I feel like they're unearthing something, and they discover something while they're unearthing it, and that basically transports them to this oasis place, and it's a desert fantasy, from what I understand.
Yeah,
I don't know the desert fantasy is in there, but my friend Brody said it's desert fantasy.
The thing that I was looking for is a sandstorm hits.
Oh, a sandstorm hits! That's great!
They're very exciting summer plans, and definitely the fact that it's a supernatural thriller that hides a mystery in plain sight.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Again, I feel like you should have known this. Why?
Shut up, dude!
It's not behaving. I love this. Why are you so mad at me? What's your second book for me, huh?
All right, this will be fun. This is Wither by Lauren DeStefano. If you don't know, the Chemical Gardens trilogy was a very big part of my 2000s.
I keep seeing these books, and I really should know. So we can see this girl. There's a little bird here. There's obviously there's a lot of circles and pointing to things. So I'm guessing symbolism, connections. My guess is that this is a mystery, maybe kind of like a Slavery Ocean on a whodunit series. This girl has to figure out. All right, we're gonna go abstract. Like, keep
going. No, I like where you're going.
This girl has to figure out why the bird wants to marry her, because that's like bird and ring is connected, and how she's in the middle of this plot. And I'm guessing like the bird obviously comes from the garden. The garden is what you refer to. I'm gonna go that this is kind of like an alt fantasy book, maybe like modern fantasy, like there's a fantasy world that we don't know about, kind of Artemis Fowl, and instead of elves and boring stuff like that, it's birds and lizards that are actually alive and sentient, and we just didn't know. This bird has designs on whisking this away, withering her human body into a bird body so that it can marry her. I hope you realize that's what I intend to do with all of these. Oh, there's an hourglass in the chemistry set. Oh, that really destroys everything that I just said. This is really inconsistent. This is important information here on the back. Grad student lady who likes a bird has to figure out why her fiance research person died. Well, her name is Rhine. She's 16, and she lives in this world where I think by 25, everyone dies. Like, they create, well, basically, the parental generation created a vaccine that cured all human diseases. However, it made it so that all children die early. And so, at this point, what the custom is, especially with richer families, is they will go out for their sons, and they will get all of these wives. Women die later than men, I think, or earlier than men die. I don't know. Basically, so she ends up being one of these kind of brides that is kidnapped by this guy who is a scientist to marry his son. And it's about her and their relationship, and her kind of, it's a dystopian, and it's kind of like dealing with. And you thought my plot was out there. Oh, it has a 13-year. One of his wives is 13 years old. Yeah. Why is it called Wither? Because they are withering. Humanity is withering. It's wither, sever, and wither, fever, and sever. But this is the first book. It was really, really good. I was rooting for the wrong person, and like as an adult who's like, he slept with a 13-year-old. This is gross. I now realize I was rooting for the wrong person, but I was rooting for the wrong person. Valiant by Holly Black. I love Holly Black. Okay, I'm not reading the back. It's a paper. They're just not an inside cover. I'm sorry, I forgot that. I do know because she's in the Cruel Prince series. Her name is Kay. And I know that she ends up marrying a fairy king. No, she ends up dating a fairy king. But she's in this world, and she gets drawn into Elfheim and embroiled in court politics because it's the Fae and it's Holly Black. And yeah, that's all I got. I mean, oh, is it? The fan is doing weird things with it. You made this terrible. What have you done to me?
You have beaver hair.
Again, what did you say her name was? Sorry.
Kay, I want to say.
All right, let's go with that. That's a first X on.
One of the books is about Kay. It might be about someone else.
This is about 17-year-old Valerie who runs away from New York City, but she ends up being stuck in a subway labyrinth, and finds new friends. But there's something eerie about them,
Because
and
they're fae.
she has to find the lair of a mysterious creature to figure out what's going on.
Because they're fae.
Yeah, it doesn't say that in the title.
Okay, Kay might be the main character of the... Wait, is that book 1 or book 2?
I don't know. I just
Let me
grabbed
see that.
books.
Valiant. Okay, hold on. Tithe is the first book. Tithe is about Kay.
This is what I get for just kind of looking at titles and going, "Oh, this was interesting." I was just like, let's
Yeah,
hear about
see?
what this book
See?
title is about.
See? It's about Kay. If I get his face out of there, you can't see. Anyways, this one is about Kay. And anyways,
You know, I know you want to feel vindicated right now, but I want to point out that the challenge was for you to know the plot of the book because you should have, even if
that's
it wasn't.
a sequel,
Even
so I
if it
didn't
wasn't
look at
the
the back of the
original
book.
one, even if it wasn't the original one.
Shut up.
I'm sorry you
Anyways,
let me have.
Here, have fun with that one.
Oh gosh, Ace of Shades.
By Amanda Foodie.
Yes. Can I look at the back on this one? Is there relevant information?
There is not relevant information that you would visually be able to read.
Take a card, stake your soul. House of Rising Sun meets Six of Crows. So this is a fantasy bit. I'm gonna say it's kind of like a political thriller with a weird bit of magic thrown in. Now the magic has nothing to do with the aces, but the eccentric good guy mentor likes to incorporate magic tricks into his magic, particularly card tricks. And somehow this is going to end up on like the Queen of Hearts being played at the end when the good guys are triumphant.
Well, the last book in the series is called Queen of Bolts. This is a fantasy. You got that part right.
All right.
And there are cards, but it's about Insulta.
I do hope I'm not being graded on whether I can guess these just dumb
I know.
names. These
Her
dumb names or
her mother disappears. Her mother goes to
Also,
what's
wait,
the
her
word?
name is Insulta?
Inna. Yeah,
Oh, Insulta.
No, it's In.
I'm just like,
Okay. Anyways, basically,
bad-mannered child.
her mother goes to this place that's called New Reigns. It's basically Las Vegas, but in a kind of Victorian setting. And her mother goes there and says, if I'm not...
That's kind of what I figured with the castle-y bits. Is it
Yes.
was
So
very
she goes
fantasy
there, and
old
In
world.
gets this letter saying, if you've gotten this letter, something's happened, and you need to come to New Reigns and find this guy named Levi Glacier. He knows what's going on with me. He'll be able to help you find me. And she goes, and Levi has no idea what's going on. He's like, what? I've never met your mother.
What? A Nigerian prince? I never heard.
So, but she ends up hiring him because he's in a little bit of trouble. He's been forced to help run a con, and it's going to kind of fall all over him, and he's going to be the one that, because he's the lackey, so he's going to be the one that really hurts from it.
Yeah.
And so she hires him to help her find her mother. And in doing that, she starts to find out stuff about her own past. And yes, there is a really cool magic system where they have different powers based on their blood. So,
okay.
yeah, so like family blood and family ties is really important.
Here we go.
Stolen
I'm not going to let you see
Songbird.
this. This is a paperback, and you're going to read
By
off of it.
Janelle L. Jensen.
There we go. Let's get the light.
There are
the
rebels
reflection
involved. I
perfectly.
remember that. I should know this because it was literally in my June TBR. There are rebels involved.
Do you remember her name?
Nope. I don't even remember the names of the characters I've read the books for.
You were trying on the last one, so like, try harder.
I'm completely blanking.
Oof, what
Hold-
genre?
Hold, it's a fantasy, duh. I know that she's trying.
This definitely looks like sci-fi. Look at that dress. That belongs in space.
She's trying to. I can see the back if you don't turn it over. I don't want to see the wrong thing.
The text is very small.
Yeah, but I could read that text sitting in your lap. I don't remember what it is, but for some reason she has to go on a journey and she ends up joining some rebels to help take down the kingdom or help rescue someone, something like that.
All right. What's the main? What kind of group is the main antagonist? What are they?
Do I look like I looked there right that far ahead in the?
What? No, it's just like it's a prominent feature on what is in this plot summary.
I have no idea, BJ.
Okay,
Dude.
solid B plus then. Witches cursed. Curses.
Oh, the curse! Why did I forget the curse?
curses trolls in their city beneath a mountain, and then a rebellion is brewing, and you got kind of all that. Her name is Cecil de Troyes. She's kidnapped and taken beneath the mountain.
Oh yeah, I remember that part too.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Good job on remembering things after I explained them to you.
All right. So, Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. If you are an OG YA person,
God.
you know what this is. You've read it.
You're a horrible person because you definitely explained the plot to me, and I should remember this.
Well, I almost picked Leviathan, but then I remembered that we read that.
It's kind of like a YA, like near future kind of dystopia.
What do you? It's a dystopian, okay?
Yeah. So it's a dystopia. It's
I don't think it's near future. I think it's.
Well, because there's a lot of genetic modification involved in it, and
we're not in space, is what he's saying.
it's like the society, the way that this dystopia, you know, in the way that all dystopias is like, oh, one thing's different and everything's wrong. This one, pretty people are like the top of society, and the only way to break into the ranks is to be pretty. So this is about some girl who has a name that I don't remember because, well, I'm terrible with names, but also, I don't know if I ever told, but she has the opportunity to get basically fancy plastic surgery and become beautiful, and has to decide on whether to do one thing, whether to join the upper crust of society or fight against the hypocrisy that it is.
I'm gonna give you like 3 A pluses because you basically just explained the entire series.
Yeah. Because I remember, like, it sequences through. I couldn't remember, like, I don't remember the structures of, like, when she gets into it or not, but I do remember you telling me about this.
Okay,
and even if I never read it, I was just like, oh, yeah, plot.
It's good. Okay, so Uglies is about a society, like we just said. It's in the 100, 200 years from now. Like, theme parks are decrepit and rusting and all of that stuff. And so this is about Tally Youngblood. The fact that I even remember that is impressive. It tells you how often I've read this. But basically, in her world, when you turn 16, you get an operation that makes you pretty. Until you get that operation, you're considered an ugly. And she's been looking forward to this operation her entire life. But then she makes friends, or she becomes friends with Shay. Yeah, her best friend Shay doesn't necessarily want to get this operation, and Tally finds out that there's this group of people that they're living outside of society, and they are deciding not to get this operation that makes them beautiful and perfect. And so Shay ends up escaping, and I can't remember why Tally, I think it's because Tally gets in trouble and they want her to go find Shay or go find the rebels that Shay went to find. But Tally ends up escaping, or Tally ends up going out to find Shay, and she's supposed to be a spy, but obviously as these things go, she kind of gets drawn into this rebellion.
Whoops.
All right, oh boy.
Yeah, I mean,
you can save the best for last.
Oh yeah, look at this. This is
Nocturna.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nocturna by
Maya Montaigne.
Jeez,
I think.
Yes.
Montaigne. I don't remember. I don't know how to pronounce that, and I'm sorry I wasn't prepared. I know for a fact that it's a fantasy. I know that it is about a girl who is a thief.
Do you know her name?
I do not know her name. BJ, who do you think what are you expecting?
Hey, look, you set the standard with that one book. It's like, oh, it's about...
Because I read it when I was 16 when my memory was much better.
Oh.
I've also read it multiple times, and we talk about it a lot. I haven't talked about this one because I haven't read it yet.
Well, again, I didn't know that. All I know is you tried to guess the character name, so I'm like, we're going to go for this the rest of this video.
Okay, well, it's about a girl. She's a thief. And she has a specific type of face-changing magic. I'm not entirely sure how that works because I don't think that's in the blurb. But, like, she's able to steal other people's faces. I believe there is also a prince involved, and I think she's trying to kidnap him, assassinate him, steal from him, something involving the prince. And I'm assuming she's going to fall in love with him.
What's the prince want to do? If you're talking about a prince.
That's a really good question.
That's a whole maybe blurb.
I assume he is... Oh, wait. That magic is forbidden, I think? I think he's trying to either undo magic or he's trying to use magic to find something.
All right, fair. I'll give you a solid A+. Finn Voy is a face shifter who is magic's two things. A knife under your... a knife to hold under the chin of anyone who crosses her, and a disguise she shrugs into easily as others pull on cloaks. So, you got that pretty right. Then you had the prince. He's looking for magic in order to bring back his older brother, Desmond.
Oh, that's right! Desmond!
And Prince Alfie and Finn accidentally get their fates colliding together when they unlock an ancient power that puts the land's fate in their hands.
That's exciting.
So it's basically, you got it. You did pretty good.
Okay.
You did pretty
that
good.
was the one I thought I was going to do the worst
I
on.
was kind of hoping, maybe an A-, because I was kind of hoping you would know the prince wanted to, bring his brother back, but that's mutable.
All right. I have to shout this book out because I love the author. Her name is Dot, and she is my friend. But A Wounded Name by Dot Hutchison. What do you think this is about?
Oh, this, you told me this is, yeah. You told me, I know this.
Shoot!
This is modern Ophelia or fantasy Ophelia. Basically, it's Hamlet, but like we've got.
Okay, have I told you? Where do you think the setting is? If it's a modern Ophelia.
Oh no. Cheat.
Look at what it is.
Yeah, I guess I should look at the cover.
Should I switch this out for a different book by Dot, so you can see if you can guess?
So if I can see if I can get.
So it's a little harder for you, I guess.
Well, I mean, just because I know it's modern Ophelia, that doesn't really tell me anything.
Okay.
This is the classic scene where she just drowns herself, so my brain's like, that's it. There's nothing else here for me to interpret. I don't know. England? Gosh, this dress is so, like, with a corset, it makes me feel Victorian, but that feels like...
It does. It's, no, you're right.
That feels way too...
You're right with modern. Okay, so what genre, or what age category does it look like to you?
With the moodiness? Probably young adult.
Okay, so where would you...
If
you were doing a young adult Hamlet, where would you set it?
Either New York or Paris. Like...
We're not, that's not what I'm trying to go for, but okay. Right, what do you think? Wait, can you guess any of the plot elements that are in it that,
I don't know, she has a bad boyfriend who doesn't appreciate her enough, and, instead of...
Your hair. Fix your hair.
Instead oh gosh, that's terrible. And instead of, being taught to be like, no, you're terrible, and actually, living your life the right way, she goes crazy and kills herself. Oh,
okay.
Do we have a modern twist in which she doesn't and actually makes a good move? Thank God.
I mean,
Ophelia.
I wish, but
Dot.
this is one of the only versions of Hamlet that I actually like.
I kind of like Hamlet. Like, Ophelia's like dumb, but the rest is just like, they're dead. I feel all right about life now.
Can you give me any other details about this besides the fact that it's Hamlet?
No, because Lion King is Hamlet, so that's obviously almost as generic as of a thing can be. It's like it's just basic story structure.
You got like a minute, and then I'm taking over.
Yeah, we have our. No, okay, so we have Gwendolyn in Alabama who falls in love with the boy across the mountain in a world where
more like Romeo and Juliet.
well, there's definitely a love element to it. So instead of it being the families that fight, boy across the mountain gets caught up in some messed up stuff and goes a little crazy, and Gwendolyn has to figure out who she is and how to really be her own person and not to find herself in reference to this boy on the mountain.
I mean, that last bit you did kind of get right, that she has to find out how to be herself. But
word soup, it's perfect.
It's, so this is a modern retelling of Hamlet. It's focused on Ophelia's point of view. Her name is, in fact, they keep the names. And it takes place at Elsinore Academy, which is at a boarding school that Hamlet's family owns and runs.
God, of course.
And so Hamlet's dad dies prior to this starting. And so her dad, Polonius, is the one that helps run the school, and it's just basically about everything that goes down in Hamlet, except it's at a boarding school, and there is a slight supernatural element in the Banshee.
Of course.
I believe it's the Banshee.
Oh,
but basically,
the ghost.
her mother also kind of committed suicide, but it's because she went to be a part. Well, I don't know if her mother actually lived, but basically, her mother is part Fae. And so Ophelia is part Fae, and the Fae call to her, and so she has, it's treated like it's a mental illness, but she's really bad about taking care of herself with her mental illness because she never takes her meds. But the ending is, because I'm going to guess everyone knows how Ophelia's story ends in Hamlet, but the ending is basically her going to be with these washerwomen type characters from Irish lore, who live at the bottom of the lake. So basically she's drowning herself, but she gets a new life.
I mean, yeah, I definitely have already been, like, just vomiting spoilers for Hamlet, so I don't think you have to worry about that. But yeah, okay.
So
Oh, that's neat. That's cute.
I mean, I wouldn't call it cute, but it's one of the only versions of Hamlet that I actually like.
That's
That and The
a bit of a
Lion King.
that is a much better ending for the only character that I cared about in Hamlet, beyond the need to watch them die.
Alright, well, that was, I don't know how that turned out. We'll see.
That's the magic of editing.
This is going to be a bear to edit, too, because we didn't do it in little clips like I usually do.
Oh, no, this is going to be like...
It's so messy. Maybe I just won't edit it at all.
Just throw it on, no censors, it's fine.
Alright. Thank you so much for watching. You need to get out of the way.
Oh.
No, come back. I'll put the videos at the bottom. You're right where I usually put my videos.
Oh, that's fine. You don't need to see this anymore. It'll cover my bad hair.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, there will be other videos here that you can watch if you are interested in anything else I do on my channel. I'll probably link the other videos that we have done because they usually involve chaos and stupidity. That's it for now, my friends. Happy reading, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye.
Peace. Modern cinematography tells us that you can cut, my forehead, or you can cut the chin, but not both. So.
Oh, well, that's great. I don't really care.
Do you want me to?
Hold on. I'm gonna set a timer.
Can we put this?
Do I need to move over?
No.
More?
Like if I, relax and lean.
All right, we got 30 minutes.
Pushing the thing back. Am I notoriously difficult to film with?